You don't understand and you won't. If you're white, you don't understand and you will not, so don't say it. I must try, we must try. Like Pierre said, I'm not here preaching to people. I just know from listening in my little tiny circle of the world, I know what I've been told, and I'm listening. I'm not trying to act like I know it all, that's for sure, because I clearly don't. All the mistakes I already made, but I'm trying. This is a freaking uphill battle. This is not a one-time webinar. We've made a commitment here to actually have a grind where we every single day make efforts towards changing culture. And it's not a cute little meme that you post because you're a company CEO. It's not a little statement. It's actions, problem solving, and trying to feel the pain that someone feels. It's ongoing, it's infinite. It has to be a grind every week, every day, not when the next media thing comes out and then distracts people. It's got to be ongoing. This is going on for decades and centuries.
So today we want to start a conversation. And it's a conversation that's already been happening across the globe, not just in the United States, over the last 13 or 14 days since the incident everybody has seen. And we'll be talking about bias, we'll be talking about racism, and it's just important to note that, for many of us, it's something that's it's not always seen. So some of the behaviors we'll talk about today are not always things that you see, but it does impact people. I saw a meme yesterday that you can almost relate this to COVID, where it's there, but it may not personally be impacting you at the moment, but a lot of other people have been impacted and you want to help and you want to do your part. So part of today is about that. Today is about listening and learning. I think what I've been so happy about, and especially in the behavior analytic community, is I've been hearing people speak out. I've been hearing podcasts. I was in one of them earlier this week, and I'm starting to see and hear people saying they want to learn, they want to listen, they just don't want to be automatically defensive. They want to learn, they want to listen so that they know how they can help.
My suggestion is simply listening. Not a lot of talking. CEOs, leaders need to listen. I want to feel the pain so that I can help. And we have to do that across the board. So I just got to talk about mistakes. Pierre is right. I made a mistake. We're all going to make mistakes if we're trying. If we're engaged and we're really trying to feel it, we're going to make mistakes. And my first mistake was my slow response. Not just to one thing, but as Pierre said, historical over time. This is not, I don't even want to say I dropped the ball. I dropped the freaking boulder. Like my slow response, too many days going by. I was trying to listen to people, but I didn't respond. I dropped the ball. So I'm going to try to quickly pick up the boulder, as fast as I can by listening and feeling. The more mistakes that we make, like Pierre said, this being a safe space, engage in behaviors, you're going to be off. You're going to accidentally say something wrong. But if you have the intention to feel pain and feel how to respond to the pain, you have the right intention, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to, just from pure behavioral engagement, you got to engage and you're going to make mistakes, like I did. I want you to bear with me though, because I'm not, as you guys know, I'm not the most eloquent speaker when it comes to I don't even know the right politically correct words to describe what's going on here in the United States and worldwide. I don't even know. But all I can do is say that although I'm not speaking as articulate about the situation, I want to speak articulate about it. And it's what I say today is 100% genuine. It's from my soul, because I care, and pain is something that when I see people in pain, First, it makes me feel pain, and then I get outraged, and I just need to explain a couple things. The first, I see people that may or may not be privileged coming out with random statements off the fly, saying things like, I understand, or I can't imagine. You don't freaking understand. And you cannot imagine, but you should try. Attempt. Try. So what I did in the last 48 to 72 hours was just meet and try to feel what's going on so that I can feel it, and then I might be able to respond. Behavior analysts and behavioral science people quite often try to forget about feelings. But when you feel pain, you act. I spent my life, and I'm not even trying to freaking compare this, okay? I am not trying to compare my situation ever to the horror that I've seen and the pain that I see people feel that I can't even feel. The slightest thing that can slightly make me feel the pain is that I've been a victim of bullying, and I've seen many people being a victim of bullying, and I've spent my life trying to squash bullies, quite honestly. As a matter of fact, when I watched the screen, and most of you felt this way, when you watch what occurred, I think that behavior analysts always say, okay, be kind. Law enforcement may say, do this, peaceful protest, but you can't blame someone for being outraged and being physical, okay? How can you blame people for having a physical outburst? From a behavior analytics standpoint, if you think about it, you're supposed to go from least to most restrictive. Least peaceful stuff is not necessarily working. I'm not saying to have riots, but I'm saying you have to amp up the magnitude of your response. The magnitude has to be amped up. There's science behind it. I'm going to promise 3 things. 1, I'm going to meet with every single Black American that wants to meet with me within BDA or across subsidiaries. I need to hear it. I need to see them in person. We'll wear masks. I can't because I have a medical condition. We'll put plexiglass everywhere like we have here. We'll meet. We'll meet outside, and I need to hear so that I can come up with things that I can do in my little tiny piece of the world, which is a little bit of a solution. The second thing is, as behavior analysts in the behavior scientific world, we need to operationally define what these microaggressions are. And the last thing is that I just want to know that BDA and this group here, and I hope the people on board are down with the idea that the third promise of mine and the commitment that we have here in this room is that we're not going to stop trying. We're going to keep attempting. We're going to fail a lot. I just have a picture of this old guy because that's about the way I see myself. Old. I see myself as old, and I see myself as doing it until I look like that.
When you're Black, I'll speak for myself, throughout an 8-hour workday or just a regular 15, 16-hour day, I just think about so many other things that maybe the average person doesn't have to. And there's probably not a day where there's a statement made where I don't think, like what did that mean? Is that person just saying, wow, you know what? Yeah, you're articulate, blah, blah, blah. But you hear it so many times, and there's just like this like tinge of, oh yeah, that you start to feel like, wow, you're so surprised that I speak well. And so that's a behavior. So maybe the next time you're about to say that, or maybe the next time you hear it, you may be like, do I say that? What do I mean by that, right? So you may have meant nothing by it. But now that you hear it from somebody who's impacted by it, maybe next time you're like, okay, well, yeah, maybe what do I mean by that, right?
Just in my opinion, next time someone says to you, you're really well spoken, just say, you're really a dick. That's all right.
and so we're gonna be.
Sorry, I'm just saying.
We're gonna be raw and we're gonna be honest.
I'm just saying.
Right?